Hi friends, welcome back. It's time for Christmas stories. Every day, every weekday until Christmas, there'll be a Christmas story. And we're going to start with one that's very special to me. It's called My Special Christmas. It's a personalized story I got for Christmas when I was a child. Let's see if I can figure out. Made in 1973, so I was almost 6 years old. Or nope, I would have been 6 years old, so almost 7. And it's made by the Me Books Publishing Company. I'm not sure if they still exist, but it's worth a shot because you get a personalized book. It said this book is written especially for Dusty, because that's me, with love and kisses from Mom and Dad. It was the night before Christmas, and Dusty Peck was waiting for Santa Claus to come down the chimney. Waiting with her were her dog Pepper and her cat Puffy, and they waited and waited, but Santa didn't arrive. Suddenly an elf appeared, and Dusty was surprised. "Who are you?" she asked. "My name is Golden Toe," the elf replied, and he held out a foot. On it was a shoe made of gold. See? A gold shoe. Santa's special helpers are Green Sweater, Purple Hair, Silver Eyes, Blue Nose, and me. I'm looking for someone to help Santa Claus right away, and the elf helped merrily out of the fireplace. Golden Toe continued. Santa had to look for someone a girl whose birthday is February 14th. Dusty shouted, "That's me! I was born!" "That's when I was born." And the elf asked, "Is this East 23rd Street in Kearney?" "Yes," Dusty cried. "Then you must be the one Santa had in mind for a special job. Can you come with me to see Santa?" "Oh, yes," Dusty said. "May I bring Rhonda and Ruth Ann and Jimmy too?" "Sure, you can bring them along," Golden Toe answered. "But there's no time to waste. You have a job to do for Santa." Golden Toe led the children to the sleigh and tucked them in with a quilted blanket so they wouldn't get cold. Then off they soared. They traveled north. The lights of a town below made a bright crisscross pattern on the snowy ground. They passed over frozen lakes and forests. Below each pine tree had a thick topping of snow and looked like a scoop of vanilla ice cream. "Not far now," called Golden Toe. "Where's Santa Claus?" Dusty asked. "He's busy, but he left a note for you," said Blue Nose. "He wants you to go to 5 places to pick up something very important." "Will we go in Golden Toe's sleigh?" Dusty asked. "No, there's a special jet sled. It's over there," and Blue Nose pointed to a sled that looked like a cross between a 747 and a flexible flyer. Golden Nose says, "You'll drive it, but Golden Toe..." Blue Nose said, "You'll drive it, but Golden Toe will go along as navigator. Good luck, Dusty." So there you go. They blasted off in the sled. First they soared high over the Atlantic Ocean, then low over the hills of Scotland. They landed in an English village. The shops and thatched roofs, and there were holly wreaths on each door. And in every house, Santa's new helpers could see Christmas trees aglow with twinkling lights. Standing by the road was Father Christmas, the English version of Santa Claus. Dusty went up to him and said, "My name is Dusty Peck, and Santa Claus said you have something for me." Father Christmas smiled. "My word, so this is the year he sent Dusty Peck. Did he? Well, come along with me." So we're over in an English village now. Father Christmas entered a warm, cozy cottage, and there was plum pudding and Christmas cakes and good things to eat on the big table, and in the fireplace was a large Yule log was burning. Father Christmas looked around the room and then he saw a big letter E by the fireplace. "Ah, there it is," he said, and he picked it up. "Here, Dusty, this is what Santa wanted you to have." And he handed Dusty the letter E. "But what is it?" Dusty asked. "Anybody can see it's an E." Dusty was confused. "But what will I do with it?" Father Christmas chuckled. "You'll find out." So we have the letter E. The jet sled headed east across the English Channel. Golden Toe pointed ahead and said, "That's Holland. The streets are pretty narrow, so let's land on the canal." Next to the canal, whom do you think they saw? It was St. Nicholas. Dusty landed the jet, and she got out and slid across the ice-covered canal and went up to St. Nicholas. "Santa Claus has said you had something for me," Dusty said. So I have," St. Nicholas replied. "Come with me down this backward street, and I'll get it for you." Dusty thought the street looked very odd indeed. Everything was backwards. St. Nicholas walked along the backward street until he found a C. He reached up and took it. I want you to have this, he said. C stands for Christmas, but it has other meanings too. St. Nicholas smiled. Now, you'd best be going. I expect you have other people to see tonight. And he waved goodbye, and the jet sled zoomed off to France. The jet sled glided to a stop in a small village, French village, on a street called Rue de Pec. That looks familiar, said Dusty, pointing on the sign. Is that my name? Golden Toad answered, yes. In France, streets are named after people and places and even dates. Seems to me that wherever you go in the world, things always remind you of home. So we have an E and a C. There they found Pierre Noël, delivering toys to boys and girls, and he stopped and stared closely at his visitors. Ah, he said, you must be the children Santa Claus told me about. Well, I have something for you. Here it is. And he handed them a large letter P. As they started back to their sled, Dusty noticed a cafe with a familiar name, Chez Dusty. Rhonda told her, that's French for famous for their food. Look, there's even a cafe for cats to have lunch. Golden Toad guided them back to their jet sled, and they took off for Germany. That looks like Chris down there, said Golden Toad. They were flying over a Bavarian village, and they landed, and Golden Toad led them to Kris Kringle. Hi, old buddy, said Golden Toad. Here are some kids I want you to meet. Kris Kringle shook their hands. Who are you, young woman, and where are you from? I'm Dusty Peck, and I'm from Kearney. By the looks of that signpost, you're a long way from home, Kris Kringle said. Yes, Dusty agreed. I have something for you, said Kris Kringle, and he rummaged in his pack and brought forth a letter A. Handing it to the children, he said, don't lose it, it's very important. And he waved to them, and the jet sled whizzed through the air. Dusty said, where are we going now? Golden Toad replied, to some place very special. We're going to Russia. Dusty asked, what do all the letters mean? I have a C and an A and a P and an E. That spells cape. Rhonda said, well, there are capes that keep you warm, and there's the Cape Horn and Cape of Good Hope. Yes, Dusty replied, but what does cape mean? This cape. The last stop was Russia, where they met Babushka, the old woman who searches forever and ever for 3 wise men. While she journeys, she rewards good children with presents at Christmas. Without a word, she gave the children up on the sled a letter E. Then she kept on with her long journey. Golden Toad pointed the jet sled northward, and they all began their trip home. Golden Toad said, one way you can always get to the North Pole is follow the northern lights. There they are now. See, I told you it was easy to find the North Pole, said Golden Toad. Dusty was surprised to see the northern lights, and Rhonda was playing with the letters. I still don't see what they are for, she said. Santa Claus must know the answer. Dusty told 078. Santa Claus was waiting for them when they arrived. At least Santa would know what the secret of the ECPAE was. So look, there's the northern lights, and they're coming into Santa's home. Santa Claus greeted them warmly. Golden Toad said, the children are wondering why you have sent them to 5 different places in the world to collect some letters. Santa laughed. I bet they were wondering. He said, come with me and I'll show you. Santa Claus took each of the letters and walked into a snow-covered hillside. I thought you children would like to know one of the true meanings of Christmas, he said, as he placed the letters in the snow and they spelled out peace. Santa chuckled, peace. That's my Christmas wish to every boy and girl, and their parents, too, in the whole world. Golden Toad took Dusty home, and when she got there, Dusty discovered something wonderful. While they'd been on their trip, Santa had been in Kearney, and there were presents for Dusty and Rhonda and Ruth Ann and Jimmy. So Dusty not only received many presents, but she learned one of the meanings of Christmas, and it was the best Christmas Dusty ever had. Indeed, peace is very important, and we should each do our part to be at peace with people as much as possible. And that's part of the spirit of Christmas. Is peace, love, and joy. So I hope you enjoyed my book, and we'll come back to hear more Christmas stories every day, every weekday until Christmas. And until then, I hope you have a Merry Christmas.